Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, according to David Ornstein and The Athletic, Arsenal are in deep talks with Manchester City to sign Alexander Zinchenko. They are working on that deal after losing out on Lisandro Martinez, who is very, very close to joining Manchester United. We'll talk about that. Leno has pleaded with Arsenal not to overprice him, but to facilitate his transfer to Fulham by reducing the price rather than raising it. We'll talk about Juventus approaching Arsenal once again after missing out on Kalidou Koulibaly. The rest has been lost. He's going to be joining Chelsea, and now they want to sign Gabriel Magalhaes. They are back again. Pepe to Sevilla. Finally, Arsenal have someone interested in Nicola Pepe, and it always is Sevilla. It is always Sevilla to the rescue of such players that do not have game time at their sides. And Ren Taylor has also given us an explanation as to why Lisandro Martinez and Rafinha, actually Arsenal did not bid again. Although Arsenal had the money, they were never willing to enter bidding wars. All that and more in this video. Hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 800 likes. Subscribe to the podcast as well. We have at 53. We should get to 54,000 subscribers. Now, like I said in the morning, I want to repeat this. If you're not okay with my information, I want to say this. I am not 100% getting this information from clubs. I'm reacting to the best pieces put out by the best journalists. So if you feel you're not okay with my content, you either wait for the season where there is no transfer news, but if you want to be notified around what is happening around Arsenal every single minute, this is the platform for you. Do not be in the wrong place. If you want a video of done deals every day, this is not the platform for you. I report what is going on and I react to what is actually going on in the market. Now, let's start off with David Ornstein and The Athletic confirming that the Arsenal are working on a deal to sign Alexander Zinchenko from Manchester City. That is according to David Ornstein. And he says here that Arsenal are working on a deal to sign Alexander Zinchenko from Manchester City. The Athletic understands. Having already recruited Gabriel Jesus from the Premier League champions this summer, the North London side are now also aiming to bring his former teammate to the Emirates Stadium. The clubs are in contact over a potential transfer, and it is believed that City are open to sanctioning the 25-year-old sale if their valuation is to be met. That has not happened so far, but talks continue, with Arsenal thought to be prioritizing Zinchenko after missing out on Ajax's Lisandro Martinez. If an agreement can be reached with Manchester City on a fee, the Ukrainian international over personal time, and with the Ukrainian international over personal terms, Arsenal would be acquiring a player with whom manager Mikel Arteta has been keen to reunite. They've worked together when Arteta was assistant to City boss Pep Guardiola at the Emirates Stadium and are known to maintain a very strong relationship. Zinchenko arrived from Russia side FC Ufa in 2016 and has played 2 years and has 2 years left on his contract at Manchester City. Although he tends to operate in midfield for his country, Zinchenko has mainly been used by Guardiola at left back. While this is a specific area of the pitch where Arsenal have been looking to strengthen this summer, his versatility is also a certain element of appeal. Zinchenko has enjoyed a huge success at City, winning the Premier League, winning the English top flight 4 times. Likewise, the League Cup. He has also lifted one FA Cup and played in the 2021 Champions League final. City are in the market for a new left back with Brighton and Hove's Marc Cucurella thought to be the leading candidate at present, as per The Athletic and also as per David Ornstein. So that is the story around Alexander Zinchenko, and according to Fabrizio Romano as well, in the recent minutes and of course in the recent hours, he's also come out and said that Arsenal are looking at a couple of left back options, including Alexander Zinchenko, but also we are looking at another left back from FC Anderlecht and a couple of other players, including Josko Givardi, who can play both as a left back and also as a left-footed centre back. So at the moment, according to the Athletic and David Onstein, Alexander Zinchenko is the priority for Arsenal. Arsenal consider him the priority after losing out on Lisandro Martinez. Remember, we are also tracking deals for players like Alejandro Grimaldo. We've been in talks with Benfica, but no fee has been agreed upon. At the moment, Arsenal are also in talks with Manchester City for Alexander Zinchenko. No fee has been agreed upon, and personal terms have not yet been agreed between Arsenal and Alexander Zinchenko. Now, look, we do not even know how much it's going to cost in the first place. I think Manchester City are going to ask for in excess of around 25 million euros. If you look at how much they've been selling their players, across this market, 45 million for Gabriel Jesus, is it in excess of 50 million for Raheem Sterling, or around 45 million for Raheem Sterling? Then you have Nathan Ake, who could be going to Chelsea, and it's going to cost in excess of 40 million as well. So they've been selling their players at that very, very, for me, good price. And I don't think Alexander Zinchenko is going to be, is going to be another exception. He's going to be sold at the right price. But I think Arsenal will find an agreement. For me, when it comes to buying players from Manchester City, I don't think Mikel Arteta is going to think twice. I don't think he will think twice. He knows these are players he has actually worked with, players that understand what Pep Guardiola has taught them, and players that understand and can also teach others what Mikel Arteta is trying to instill into the Arsenal side. So Alexander Zinchenko, in my opinion, not a bad option at all. If you look at his defensive numbers, probably not the best anyway, but going forward, and that's what Mikel Arteta loves. That is what the system is all about. And you can see, Antonio Conte building it at Tottenham Hotspur. The fullbacks have to be as relentless and as hardworking as there is. And of course, that versatility element, in Alexander Zinchenko is also another very, very huge factor. So we'll talk about Alexander Zinchenko more and more about him. But at the moment, Arsenal are working on a deal to bring Alexander Zinchenko, confirmed, and from the Athletic. Now, Leno has also told Arsenal, pleaded with Arsenal not to outprice him when it comes to setting a price for Fulham this summer. Now, he has already agreed a price with Fulham, not really a price, but personal terms with Fulham on a 3-year deal, and he's going to be earning some good money, I think, at Fulham. But we've not yet earned. We've not yet achieved that consensus with Fulham. We are still waiting for Fulham to raise their offer until 11 million euros. Now, Leno has told Arsenal, look, you better let me go. It's better you let me go. I'm not going to be staying at the side, and I'm not going to be part of your project. So the better thing to do is absolutely let me go. And I think he's absolutely right. I don't see any reason as why Arsenal should be outpricing and overpricing, Leno asking for 11 million euros. Or 11 pounds. The player has been at Arsenal, and we understand clearly that he's no longer that important in Mikel Arteta's setup. So the better thing to do there is let him go. Just let him go, walk away. 9 million pounds, 8 million pounds. For me, I would let him go. Yes, I understand. If you look at other clubs and how much they're selling their players, and how much clubs want to give us in our players, it's a total joke. But blocking Leno's move, does it really work in our favor? It doesn't. It works against our favor because we already have 2 goalkeepers now, in our hierarchy, and Leno is not going to be sitting on the bench as a backup goalkeeper. So he wants to leave. Then just give him that. Now, according to According to a couple of sources in Italy, Juventus is also back for Gabriel Magalhaes after missing out on Kalidou Koulibaly. Kalidou Koulibaly is one of the players that have been very, 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 very high on the list of Juve, and you understand because Matthias de Ligt is gonna be leaving this summer, probably to Bayern, probably to anywhere else that would actually have to sign him. So Juve have been looking at Gabriel Magalhaes all summer, but they were prioritizing Kalidou Koulibaly. Chelsea have already agreed a 40 million euro deal with Napoli for Kalidou Koulibaly, and also passing terms already agreed. The players has already signed his contract, and he's gonna do his medicals, and he will be flying to USA, I think, to join up with Chelsea. So, I mean, to put this into perspective, Arsenal have already told Juve they are not selling Gabriel Magalhaes, and they're not willing to listen to any offers. I don't think that is going to change. Unless otherwise, I don't think Arsenal's stance there is going to change. Although we are interested in Josko Gvardiol, I think Arsenal only want to bring in a centre back, a left-footed centre back, just as a backup to Gabriel Magalhaes, but not as a replacement. Unless I'm getting these sides of the stories, like many of you are telling me, unless I'm getting the wrong sides of these stories. But if I'm not, then I'm perfectly sure he will be staying at Arsenal. Gabriel Magalhaes, yeah, Juve want him, and we can now know that interest is very, very high. But for me, he's untouchable. He's one of those players that are really, really untouchable. And when you look at the prices that are being talked about in the market and in the rumors, £40 million. I do not think. Yeah, I do not think. If it was in excess of 60 million, probably, but Juve thinking they can get Gabriel Magalhaes for £40 million unless the player is going to push for a move, or unless there is a clause that shows if a player is wanted by a Champions League club, then you let him go. But if there are no clauses like that in his contract, I'm highly skeptical we will actually part ways with him. Won't be surprised if Arsenal do, because Arsenal is Arsenal. Now, Nicola Pepe, we finally found a club interested in Nicola Pepe, and that is Sevilla. As far as I know, I've only seen the story that that Sevilla are interested. I've not even seen any other stories whether they are willing to make a bid, whether they want him on loan, whether they want him to on a permanent deal. But Sevilla interested in Nicola Pepe. If I'm Nicola Pepe, I wouldn't stay at Arsenal, honestly. I don't think there are any other ways to get this relationship between Arsenal and Nicola Pepe work. So if you're Nicola Pepe, you don't stay at Arsenal. You move on. Life moves on, and you move on. Yes, probably it could have been his dream club to play for Arsenal. It came true. Didn't come out as he expected or would have wanted it, but I think he just needs to go. Yeah, so Sevilla interested. I think he can work well in the Spanish La Liga. I don't know, but I feel he can work well in the Spanish La Liga. Now, Ryan Taylor has said Arsenal did not want to enter bidding wars for both Rafinha and Lisandro Martinez. Arsenal understood the situation very, very clearly well, that both clubs, Leeds United and Ajax, pulled in other clubs into the race to raise the prices and create bidding wars. And that is why Arsenal pulled out of these races. And that is why with players like Lucas Paqueta and Alexander Zinchenko, we've been working on these deals very, very silently. And we've also tried to get the consent of the player first rather than the consent of the team. And I think Alexander Zinchenko will be a great addition to Arsenal other than Lisandro Martinez. Now, this is my reasoning. Zinchenko is a left back. Arsenal need a backup left back. Lisandro Martinez is a very versatile player, but he cannot be as effective as Alexander Zinchenko at left back. So, in my opinion, you can judge. You can judge, lads. I don't even care whether he goes. I don't care where Lisandro goes. If I can get Alexander Zinchenko, I have William Saliba, who can deputize Gabriel Magalhaes whenever he's out. And Gabriel can also be that reliable to play 35 games in a campaign if he doesn't lose his head. I think we are winning the transfer window once again. Bye-bye.